Wow. It's been a while, hasn't it? Hello there, everybody. This is Ash McClure ASMR. And obviously, for those of you in the ASMR community that are a fan of the larger channels, this video is heavily inspired by the ASMR Ryan. He recently did a entire Blu Ray collection video, and I figured let's do one of my own since that video kind of inspired me to get back into collecting Blu Rays, and also it's just a good video. You should go check it out, seriously. This video is not going to be at the level of quality that hold on. Let me make sure this is on Do Not Disturb. There we go. This video is not going to be on the level of quality as my last video, and I don't anticipate it to do as well as the last video, but I figured I would do just a little video for you all. This is actually not going to be that little, because I've got a lot to say about these movies. I have not seen every single one, but I've seen the majority of them. So we're going to get started. I don't even know if these are on frame. I hope they're not, because I want the other stacks out. And we'll start with the first stack. If you like this video, be sure to subscribe, like, do whatever you want. Genuinely, this video is just it's a video that I don't really talk about my Blu-ray collection that much. I just wanted to talk about it. We all know that I collect video games and pretty much everything else under the sun. So let's talk about one of my lesser-known collections. And just so we all know, I collect Blu-ray on and off. I'm not like a huge Blu-ray collector. Obviously, I don't have as much as the ASMR Ryan, but I have a good bit. Okay, let's get started with the first one. And the first one is seriously one of my favorite movies that I saw the year it came out. This is 1917, and I saw this in theaters, and I gotta say, this was really good. The cinematography is terrific. Seriously, I'm gonna have to give this a 9 out of 10. I'll rate these on a scale from 1 to 10, but genuinely 9 out of 10. It's obviously good. It's obviously about the First World War, and I gotta say that the cinematography really sold this movie. It looks like it's all like one shot, even though it's not, but it looks like it's all one complete shot, and it's beautiful, gorgeous. Let's move on though. Set ones that I've done over here. This is The Accountant, and I'm not the biggest Ben Affleck fan. I gotta say, he's not my favorite, but this movie was okay. It was alright. Not anything crazy. My mother loves this movie. I'm not really that big in action movies. In fact, there's dust on this. I'm not too big into action movies. Why are there birds right outside my window? I'm not too big into action movies, but this was okay. I'll give this like a 6 out of 10. Action movies like this are not really my thing. This is an action movie I did like. This is Air Force One, Harrison Ford. There's something about 90s Harrison Ford that's really good. This is not my favorite 90s Harrison Ford movie. We'll get to that in a moment, but this is still pretty good. Rated R. By the way, I'll say this. When I recommend a movie, it's obviously for if you're old enough to watch the movie. Please do not come complaining to me that you watched this movie and you were horrified by it, or whatever movie is rated R, and you were not old enough to watch it. Do not come complaining to me. And I'd also like to state, these are all my opinions. If you like The Accountant and you think it's a 10 out of 10, good. I'm sure I didn't have to state that, but there will be one comment that complains about my opinions. Trust me. Especially when we get to Batman. Oh, you are in store. You better buckle up for when I get to Batman. But Air Force One. We're not done with this yet. This is good. I'll give this like a 7 out of 10. This is really 90s Harrison Ford. Great. Okay. I give it like a, what I give it, 7 out of 10? Yeah, 7 out of 10. That's pretty good. The next one I want to go over is my first box collection. Now I'm not a huge fan of compilation discs, but I make an exception for this one because the box is pretty cool, and obviously they're all in 4K. This is Alfred Hitchcock Classics Collection. It's got four of his greats: Rear Window, Vertigo, Psycho, which is amazing, and The Birds. And let me just say, The Birds is my favorite movie of all time. The fact that Hitchcock took this idea of a monster movie, and he said, I'm going to make a monster movie, but I'm going to make it out of something that if you see every day. It's not like Frankenstein or Wolfman or anything like that. Like you wouldn't see that just on like a walk outside. You see birds on a walk outside. So the fact that he made a monster movie out of something so commonplace was terrific. But as you can see, I'll take this out for you. Sorry about that. So this is it's in this little book style thing. You can see you open it up, and it's just a beautiful presentation. This is why I think this collection is really special. So we got Rear Window. Rear Window, I'm going to give 8 out of 10. I'll rate them as I page through them. Vertigo is my least favorite movie in the entire collection. Still really good. Really fantastic movie. I'll give it a 7 out of 10 though. Psycho is an easy 10 out of 10. Genuinely such a great film. And really revolutionized the horror genre, in my opinion anyways. And of course, The Birds, 10 out of 10 also. Although, while Psycho is my second favorite Alfred Hitchcock movie, give me one moment. While Psycho is my second favorite Alfred Hitchcock film, it's a very close second to The Birds. The Birds is phenomenal. Psycho, I think for Psycho alone, that just made out. Alfred Hitchcock is my favorite director of all time. He's got to be. Oh, let me put that code back. I think this code's expired anyways, but just in case, it's mine. Okay. Let's move on to. Here we go. I'll do all these four at once. These are the 90s Batman movies, although the first one came out in 89. I think they're all 90s, right? Yeah, 97, 95, I believe this came out in that. Yeah, okay, they're all 90s except for the first one, which was 89. Pardon me. Sorry, I got an itch there. The first one was good. It was alright. Not terrible. This is the Jack Nicklaus Joker one with Michael Keaton as Batman. It's, Jack Nicholson. I'm sorry, Jack Nicholson Joker. Yeah, this one's pretty good. I give this like a 7 out of 10. Okay, Batman Returns, the last of the Michael Keaton Batman movies, where Danny DeVito Penguin. I don't think Danny DeVito. I like Danny DeVito. I don't think he was a very good Penguin. I'm sorry, that's just my opinion. I don't know. It didn't really sell it for me. So I'll give this one like a 6 out of 10 because it wasn't bad. I mean, Michael Keaton is actually a pretty good Batman, but Danny DeVito Penguin was me. Okay, you ready for this? This is my favorite Batman movie of all time. Batman Forever, Tommy Lee Jones Two-Face, Jim Carrey Riddler, Val Kilmer Batman. It's all there. Val Kilmer Batman was kind of lacking, but Oh, and Nicole Kidman's in this too, which I love Nicole Kidman. But Tommy Lee Jones and Jim Carrey as Two-Face and the Riddler, phenomenal performance. I don't care what anyone says. Jim Carrey Riddler is fantastic. The comedy was there. It really kind of brought me back to Adam West Batman in terms of comedy. Like, I know it's not on the level of Adam West Batman in terms of comedy, but this is like the closest we're gonna get. I love it. It's so good. And Batman and Robin, I have not seen the whole thing. I watched the beginning part of it. I watched a little bit of the beginning, and then I stopped, and I haven't gone back to it yet, but this is actually next on my list in terms of backlog, because I want to finish the 4. Because Batman Returns is the most recent one I just watched, so Batman and Robin's next. But yeah, what I saw I liked. I mean, this is the Arnold Schwarzenegger Mr. Freeze, of course. Yeah, this is one where he goes, "Alright, everyone, chill." But that was a horrible Arnold impression. I'm so sorry, but yeah, it's just he makes a bunch of ice jokes. And it's kind of funny. So I'm not gonna rate this one because I haven't seen it. Oh, I didn't rate Batman Forever 9 out of 10. But I'm not gonna rate this one because honestly, I haven't seen the whole thing, so I can't tell you. This is Batman Begins, the first of the Christopher Nolan trilogy, and this is my favorite one out of the Christopher Nolan trilogy. I know. Oh, trust me, we'll get to the Dark Knight. In fact, I think it's in this stack. I think it's the bottom one. This is my favorite out of the Christopher Nolan trilogy, or the Dark Knight trilogy, whatever you want to call it. Batman Begins, I'll give this like a 7 out of 10. It was okay. I will say that Christian Bale, how did I forget Christian Bale? I will say Christian Bale is a really good Bruce Wayne. I don't think he's a very good Batman, but I do think he's a really good Bruce Wayne. Okay, moving away from Batman for a bit. This is Bohemian Rhapsody, and I really like this movie. I saw this in theaters with my dad. It was good. It was really, really good. I don't think this movie wasn't received well by critics, I would think. But it was actually pretty good. I've got it on 4K here. You can see I've got the slipcover and everything. But yeah, I really liked it. I give it an 8 out of 10. It wasn't bad. Actually, it was better than not bad. It was really good. And we got a Disney Pixar classic, Cars. This is from my childhood. I love Cars. This is genuinely the only Cars movie they should have made, and 2 and 3 don't exist. And is there a 4th one? I don't know. I think there's a bunch of spin-offs, but this is the only one that should have been made. This is really good. Really, really good. But yeah. Oh, I didn't rate it. 8 out of 10. Sorry, I'm going to forget a lot of ratings. Hopefully I'll catch it, but 8 out of 10 on Cars. Just for pure nostalgia. Now this next one is a bit interesting. This is Castaway, but this is the funny Deadpool slipcover that when they re-released it. They re-released it with this slipcover, and on the back, Deadpool is saying, "I wish I was in this movie, but I'm not." It's literally just Castaway, but with a Deadpool slipcover. I love Castaway. I don't like Deadpool. I can already see the comments for that one. I don't like Deadpool, but I do like Castaway, and I just thought the slipcover was really funny. And the Castaway's good. I'm gonna give, honestly, 9 out of 10. I love Castaway. Alright, we're coming to the first musical, and you're gonna see a lot more. This is Chicago. Now, one thing to know about me and my Blu-ray collecting is that I don't like to buy online a lot, because Blu-rays are the one thing I can still kind of find at Goodwill. I barely find games anymore. Sorry, my nose is so itchy. I barely find games anymore at Goodwill. So, kind of Blu-rays are like one of the only things I can still find. I hunted forever to find Chicago at Goodwill, and I did. But it took a couple years, actually. I could have just bought it on eBay, but That's no fun. But this is Chicago. It's not terrible. I got my nose. It's not terrible. I wouldn't put it up there as like some of the greats in a musical, but it's not bad. It's basically about this girl murders this guy she's cheating with, and goes to jail. And the movie basically plays out like her in jail and how she became like a criminal celebrity. And basically, it goes up to her like her court case. I'm not gonna spoil what happens, obviously, but yeah, it's not bad. It's not. The music's pretty good. Nope. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. That time of year, I guess. Not terrible. I'll give this like a 7 out of 10. Actually, it was pretty good. Making sure this doesn't all fall over. Should be more concerned about those things. Alright, here's Citizen Kane. Citizen Kane there's a reason that it's still shown to film students. I guess like a required film you gotta watch. This is fantastic. Like, seriously, Orson Welles. Phenomenal. If you don't know about Citizen Kane, it's basically a movie of flashbacks. So this gentleman dies at the beginning. He dies of old age, and he dies, I think old age, it's been a while. He dies, basically, and his last word is Rosebud. That's all he says, and then he dies. So when he dies, a bunch of reporters have to go and like find out. Oh, this one reporter is basically tasked like finding out what his last word meant. So he goes and the reporter goes and he talks to all the people that this man, Charles Foster Kane, that was his name. He basically goes and he has to find out like what this means. And I'm not going to spoil the ending, but he has to go talk to all the most important people in his life. And I guess I should mention, Charles Foster Kane is the richest man in the world in the time of this movie. Would have been 1941, yeah. So, really, he came up from nothing. He was adopted by a rich gentleman, and his last word is Rosebud. And he has to, and the reporter has to find out what Rosebud meant. So it's basically a series of flashbacks, and it's really well done. There's a reason it's shown to film students. 9 out of 10 on Citizen Kane. And here we have Civil War. Now this is probably one of the newest movies in my collection. Actually, I think it is the newest movie in my collection. This came out back in April, and it's good. It's a bit violent for me, honestly. A little bit of gore here and there, but not terrible. Yeah, it's not bad. It's basically what it says. The United States is at a second Civil War, and it's about a group of war journalists that have to go take pictures of all the battles and everything. It's not terrible. I'll give it like a 7 out of 10. It's not really my scene, but it was really good. Oh, and when I opened the package, because this is one I did buy online, I cut the slipcover, and no, I do not want to talk about it. Alright, the first anime collection we've got, Dark Knight is on the bottom. First anime collection, actually only one of two. This is the Danganronpa animated series, and I gotta say, this is pretty good. If you don't know about Danganronpa, I played a little bit of it on Twitch back in the day. But basically the game's all about, you are this student here, and you're locked in a high school with 13 other students? I played the entire first game. It's good. This anime is basically it's a retelling of the first game. Like, it's just like a dumbed down version of the first game, and it's good. It's not bad. Genuinely play the game. Like, you get locked in a high school with a bunch of other students, and the high school only accepts the best of the best, and you're all locked inside, and the only way to escape is to murder somebody and get away with it. That's pretty much it. Oh, and if you don't get away with it, like if you get caught, and like they figure out like who did it, the person that committed the murder dies. So it's a whole thing. It's classic anime. The first game, amazing. This is good. I'll give this entire series. I didn't watch the whole thing. I actually didn't watch the whole series, but I'm gonna rate it because I watched most of it. I give this like a 7 out of 10. Just because it's not really original. It's just a dumbed down version of the first game, because the first game is really long. I don't like this movie. And I'm sorry to say that, but I don't. I went through like a conflict in my mind when I first watched this several years ago. We first watched it from start to finish several years ago. Of, do I like this movie or do I not like this movie? Or do I hate this movie? And I gotta say, I fell right in the middle. I don't like this movie. I just don't. The Dark Knight, it's way too long. It is not, like I said, I'm not really big in action movies, but this is not good. I'm sorry. I don't like it. Heath Ledger Joker, I did a good job. Rest in peace. Christian Bale, great job as Bruce Wayne. But that's all I can really say about it. Like, I didn't really like it. I got nothing else to say, really. I didn't like it. 4 out of 10. What do you want from me? Let's move on to the next stack. And at the top of this stack, something really cool. The only other anime that I own. And this was a very impulsive purchase on eBay one night. This is the Death Note Complete series on Blu Ray. It is sealed. The actual Blu Ray sealed. And this is signed by Brad Swaley and Alessandro Giuliani, the voices of Light and L, respectively. So there's Brad Swaley, and there's Alessandro Giuliani. He's kind of got a weird signature, and I had to look it up just to make sure like this was legit. You know, it is. These both match other signed things, but genuinely, this is my favorite anime of all time. This is one of my favorite shows of all time. This show is fantastic. One of the best endings I've ever seen to any show. And just all around, a really great series. And I like it. I like it because it's 37 episodes, 20 minute each, 37 episodes, and then it's done. There's no waiting for other episodes to come out. There's no cliffhangers. It's just you watch it. Well, obviously you had to wait for them to come out when it was first out, but this is kind of old at this point, so. And don't worry if you see me touching it. This isn't a plastic case. I'm not actually touching the signatures. But you watch it, and then you're done. I don't really like it's not too many episodes, and they're not too long. It's just a really all-around great show. And you know what? That's probably why I don't watch One Piece. I don't watch One Piece because it's too long. It's too long. And it's intimidating. It's like looking at a long book. It's way too intimidating. But yes, this was a very impulsive purchase on eBay one night. And I will not tell you how much I paid for it, because I'm embarrassed. But yes, I did buy it, and I am proud that I bought it. And I'm very happy to own that. 10 out of 10 on the show. Amazing. Alright, here's Fight Club. Everyone's got to have Fight Club. And it's okay. I don't think it's great. This is still on, right? Yes. Sorry, just had to make sure. Yeah, I don't think Fight Club's all that. I'm sorry, I don't. It's okay. It's not amazing or anything. But yeah, it's got a twist ending. It's not terrible. If you don't know anything about it, don't look it up. Just watch it. if you're into this type of like if you're into like twist endings and stuff. Yeah, 6 out of 10. It's not my favorite. What's wrong? Yeah, I had to own this. Dude, this is the only steelbook in my collection. Yeah, I had to have this. Right. Yeah, this is Five Nights at Freddy's, the steelbook. This movie's not good. Matt Pat is in it, though, so it gets a 7 out of 10. I'd give it a 6 out of 10, just because the beginning was really good, the middle blew, and then the end was alright. So I'd give it like a 6 out of 10, but it gets an extra bonus point for having Matt Pat as a cameo, so you know what, it gets a 7 out of 10. And this is actually, yes, this is the only steelbook I own. Because I saw this, and I don't know what I was thinking. 7 out of 10, because of Matt Pat. And here is my favorite 90s Harrison Ford movie. Of course, The Fugitive. Harrison Ford, amazing. Tommy Lee Jones, amazing. Everyone's familiar with the scene in the sewer where Harrison Ford is obviously on the run for is being framed to kill. He was framed with his wife's murder, and he's on the run, and he's in the sewer, and he encounters Tommy Lee Jones, the detective, and he says, "I didn't kill my wife," and Tommy Lee Jones says, "I don't care." But yeah, a really good movie, honestly, fantastic. If you haven't seen it, see it. It's great. It's awesome. I'm not really into action, but this is good. 8 out of 10. Alright, here's Ghostbusters 1 and 2. Now, I've seen Ghostbusters 1, have not watched the second one yet. And it was fine. It was okay. There was a couple funny parts. I'm not really a big comedy guy. Sorry, I'm not. Not huge on comedy, but this is okay. Ghostbusters 1, I give it like a 7 out of 10. I haven't seen Ghostbusters 2, so I won't rate it. Goldfinger. Now, I'm not a James Bond guy, but I did watch this one. And Sean Connery, I give this like a 6 out of 10, just because Sean Connery, I feel like James Bond movies have gone downhill, or I guess they had gone downhill when they tried to be like too CGI and the special effects were like introduced. I mean, this was just classic movie, and it was good. I like this one, and where is it? The one at the bottom there, The Man with the Golden Gun. I think that's what it's called, right? Yeah. The Man with the Golden Gun. I forget the actor. I'll look at it when I get to it, but the actor's name in that plays James Bond, and Sean Connery, James Bond. I feel like those are the only two that are worth it. That's what I've heard, anyways. I haven't watched Man with the Golden Gun. We'll get to that, though. But I did watch this one, and it was good. Yeah, like I said, 6 out of 10. It wasn't bad. Gran Torino. I did not watch this. I only bought it because it was a couple dollars at Goodwill, and it came with the slipcover, so I figured I couldn't go wrong with having another movie with a slipcover. So I will not rate it, and I will not spend too much time on it. Let me know if that one's worth it, okay? Because I genuinely don't know. This is The Greatest Showman, and I own this on 4K. And The Greatest Showman is... It's not my favorite Hugh Jackman musical. We'll get to that. I've seen if it was in that stack. It's not. It's in this one. But not my favorite Hugh Jackman musical. It's okay. 6 out of 10. It's not... Zac Efron's in this, and he's amazing. I love Zac Efron, but... no, this movie was just okay. I think I would have much rather a movie about P.T. Barnum that wasn't a musical. That's just my opinion, like a docudrama. Like I said, 6 out of 10. The music is okay. For me, being such a big fan of musicals, a musical has to have a good balance of music and story. And this one's got an okay balance, despite it's a 6 out of 10. But not like an amazing balance. The music's kind of lacking at points, and the story's good, but the story's just about P.T. Barnum. So, this is The Green Mile, and I do not recommend this movie for, excuse me, no, my ears itching. What is wrong with me? I do not recommend this for anyone that is not an adult. There are some harsh words in this movie, but it was the time period that the movie takes place in. Tom Hanks is fantastic in this film. I love Tom Hanks. I guess I should have said that when I talked about Castaway. But yes, I love Tom Hanks. This movie's great. Once again, not recommended for everybody. It's got some harsh words in it, things like that. But yeah, this was a really good movie. And I'm not really big on Stephen King movies. In fact, this and The Shining are pretty much the only two I like. But this was really good. I give this like an 8 out of 10. Gremlins. I have not watched Gremlins yet. It is on my list of for my backlog. I want to watch it, but I gotta get through my other backlog yet. Gran Torino's not on my backlog. I just don't even know if that's worth it yet. So let me know. But I already know this is worth it. I've seen parts of it. It's good. I'm not gonna rate it because I haven't seen the whole thing, but it's good. And I'm not gonna spend too much time on it because obviously I haven't seen it. This is a bit of an odd one. This is Halo 4 Forward Unto Dawn, and this is... Sorry, I thought I saw a bug in the corner. This is about, like, the before Halo 4, like the prequel to Halo 4. It deals with Thomas Lasky before he became Captain Thomas Lasky. He was just a cadet, and I guess it got a Blu Ray release, and I found this at Goodwill, and I had to buy it because I actually had seen this before I bought it on Blu Ray, and it was good. I liked it. I don't think it's very well liked, but it's all right. I give it just like a 6 out of 10. It's not terrible. Okay, I've got a lot to say about this one. This is Harry Potter, the complete 8-film collection. I've seen all of them. I love all of them. I will rate each one, but I gotta say, if you have not seen this series, please watch it. Please, it's so good. I'm not big in fantasy, but this is to die for. Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, easy 7 out of 10. If the series was just getting started, it can't be an 8 or a 9. It's gotta be a 7. Year 2, or I guess Harry Potter and Chamber of Secrets. It's listed in the back here as the years of Harry's schooling, but so Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets, 9 out of 10. I think this was the series peak. Really, really, really good. I love Chamber of Secrets. It's my favorite one. Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban is my least favorite. You gotta watch it to get the whole story, but it is my least favorite. I'm sorry, it just is. I think when you add time travel, it ruins everything. So, Prisoner of Azkaban gets like a 5 out of 10. You still gotta watch it to get the whole story, but it's kind of when I watch this series, if I'm trying to watch a series from start to finish, it's kind of one of them, like, oh, I have to watch Prisoner of Azkaban. Goblet of Fire is good. Goblet of Fire is really good. I'll give that like an 8 out of 10. I love Goblet of Fire. Order of the Phoenix, another 8 out of 10. Great. Love it. Order of the Phoenix is really, really good. Half-Blood Prince, 9 out of 10. It's my second favorite. It's so good. It's Half-Blood Prince is amazing. Deathly Hallows Part 1, I think it's a 7 out of 10. The beginning was really good, but then after the beginning, it just kind of was like, all right, let's wrap this up. And Deathly Hallows Part 2, easy 8 out of 10. Very, very good. Love Deathly Hallows Part 2. Yes, please watch this. It's so good. frequently try to watch, not frequently, but sometimes I'll just be like, I'm watching all the Harry Potter movies again, and I do. So yeah, that's my Harry Potter rating. This is In the Heights, and, excuse me, this is the music for In the Heights is done by the gentleman that wrote Hamilton, which is Lin-Manuel Miranda, and it's directed by the man that directed Crazy Rich Asians. And I don't like Crazy Rich Asians, and I love Hamilton, which is probably why I don't really like the story, and I love the music. Actually, I think Lin made the Broadway show for this, so maybe I'm just crazy in saying that. But either way, this movie is like a 6 out of 10. The music's phenomenal. The story's kind of lacking, especially the ending, but genuinely good. But not like great, you know. It's got to be a 6 out of 10. As you can see, I've got the 4K slipcover, so kind of happy about that. But yeah, it's got to be a 6 out of 10. Not my favorite musical. If I had Hamilton on Blu-ray, that'd be a 10 out of 10. But that's just a part of the show. And Disney probably will never release the film version on Blu-ray. They're going to keep that on Disney Plus because they are blood-sucking fiends. This is Inception. 6 out of 10. No, 5. I'll give it a 5. I think I like the cast more than anything. The cast was just stacked for this movie, but it really wasn't. The story really wasn't there for me. I'll give it like a 5 out of 10 just because I love Leonardo DiCaprio. Like this cast up there is stacked. Leonardo DiCaprio, Tom Hardy, Cillian Murphy. I mean, they're all there. And others, obviously, but the story really wasn't there for me. So I'm going to have to give it a 5 out of 10. It's not terrible, but I'd say it's right there in the middle. Okay, It's a Wonderful Life, which is one of my favorite Christmas movies. Actually, my favorite Christmas movie. I watch it every Christmas. Easy 8 out of 10, in my opinion. Really great. This actually comes with the original black and white colorized version, which I don't know why anybody will watch a black and white version when they've got the Technicolor version, but whatever. I guess if you really want to feel classic, watch a black and white one, but the colorized version is really good. I love Technicolor. But yeah, 8 out of 10. It's a great Christmas movie. Alright, this is It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, season 5. I like this show. I don't remember a single episode from season 5. I watch episodes like sparingly, but I do own the Blu-ray for it. I saw it at Goodwill, so I'm like, why not? And I'm not gonna rate it because I don't really know anything about season 5. Alright, here we go. This is Jaws. I have not seen Jaws yet. It's on my backlog, but it's like way down on my backlog because I don't like the ocean. So this movie's kind of scary for me. So it's like way down in my backlog. But it is in my backlog, so I will watch it at some point in my life, but not today. Jojo Rabbit. I bought this on Black Friday, and this is a satire, I think. I haven't seen it. I didn't watch it yet. But this is, I believe, a satire. And I have not seen it yet, so I can't say anything about it. Here we go. I don't like this movie at all. I did not even finish it when I tried to watch it. I thought this movie sucked. And it gets a 3 out of 10. I'm sorry. I think the issue is I just have the worst Batman takes. I think that's the problem here. Is that the problem? Is that the issue? Do I just have the worst Batman takes of all time? I believe so. I also didn't put that off the side for a second. I don't even own Dark Knight Rises because that's worse than the Dark Knight. Dark Knight Rises was straight garbage. I hated it so much. Sorry, just had to say that. Alright, Kong Skull Island. I saw this in theaters. I've not watched Blu-ray yet, but I saw it in theaters. And yeah, this is good. It's alright. Nothing crazy. I give it like a 6 out of 10. There's going to be a lot of 6s, isn't there? But not this one. Les Miserables, or Les Mis, as most people call it, they just shorten it to Les Mis, is fantastic. Russell Crowe and Hugh Jackman have put on a freaking performance here. Gorgeous movie. I love it so much. I don't think it's very well liked by a lot of people, but this is genuinely amazing. So good. Oh my god. It's about so Hugh Jackman is named Jean Valjean. It takes place in France, obviously. So Jean Valjean just got out of prison, and when you got out of prison back then, you were marked a dangerous person. And he's marked a dangerous person. He can't get a job anywhere. He's basically homeless, and he's on parole for life. And he breaks his parole to pursue an actual life. And Russell Crowe is Javert, and he is the police officer that basically spends his life trying to catch the man who broke parole, Jean Valjean. It's fantastic. There's more to it than that, but that's the basic gist of it. There's like a love story involved. There's war. It's watch it. Did I write that one? 9 out of 10. Alright, this is Lincoln, and Lincoln is really good. I give it like an 8 out of 10. Really good. Daniel Day-Lewis was amazing as Abraham Lincoln. It took me forever to figure out who Tommy Lee Jones was supposed to be playing. Obviously, I figured out it was Thaddeus Stevens. But it took me an embarrassingly long time to realize, oh, he's Thaddeus Stevens. I'm like, that's Tommy Lee Jones, but who is he? I'm not really proud of that, but yes, it did take me a really long time. Oddly enough, Adam Driver is in this movie as an extra, because this movie was released before Adam Driver really hit it big. And he was literally just like, he had like less than 5 lines. All he did was send a telegram and talk a little bit with the president, and then he was no longer in the movie. Like he had less than 5 lines. Kind of funny actually, that he was just an extra. But yeah, Lincoln is a 8 out of 10. The Little Mermaid is not my favorite Disney movie. I don't own. Probably Beauty and the Beast is probably my favorite Disney movie, mainly because of the live action one with Emma Watson. But anyways, this movie's okay. I'm not big on Disney movies. This was a bad day at Goodwill. I just wanted to get something, so I got this, and as far as Disney princess movies, it's okay. I got 5 out of 10. Yeah, I watch Disney princess movies. What about it? What are you gonna do about it? Alright, this is Live, Die, Repeat, Edge of Tomorrow, and I'm not big on Tom Cruise at all. But this was pretty good. This is a pretty good sci-fi movie. I kind of like this one. Not terrible. It's basically like Groundhog Day, except every time Tom Cruise dies, it restarts from a certain point. So it's like sci-fi Groundhog Day almost. I don't know. I've never seen Groundhog Day, but I know that's the basic gist is the days keep repeating. But yeah, pretty good sci-fi movie. I give it just like a 7 out of 10. It's not terrible. I've only seen it once, so. Alright, here is Man with the Golden Gun. What's his name? Roger Moore. Yeah, this is Roger Moore and Sean Connery are pretty much the only, in my opinion, although I haven't seen any Roger Moore ones yet, from what I've heard, Roger Moore and Sean Connery are the only James Bond movies worth watching. Worth watching. If you want that classic feel of a James Bond movie, then Roger Moore and Sean Connery are the only ones. When did this come out? This came out in 1974. So if you want that classic feel, it's either Roger Moore or Sean Connery. Anyone past that is pretty much like, alright, now we're getting too much into special effects here. Can't rate it, haven't seen it, but it's on my backlog for sure. That's the expensive one on the bottom. I'm going to move that ever so slightly up. Yeah, that's good, okay. Forgot that was on the bottom. And we're on to the last snack already, so thank you all for sticking with me. This has been a lot of fun. And right on top is a movie I have not seen. I do want to see the Mission Impossible movies, and I'm not a big Tom Cruise guy. I kind of want to see them, but then I think about how many there are, and I'm like, maybe not. So, haven't seen it, can't read it yet. This was actually bought at the same time as Little Mermaid. It has the slipcover, so I figured, you know what, I can't really go wrong with another Blu Ray with a slipcover. And if I ever plan on watching the Mission Impossible movies, I'll be at this one, Rogue Nation. I didn't even know the name of it. Yeah, so it's not like I'm not big on Tom Cruise, like I said. Another one I haven't seen. This is Moneyball. I'm not big on sports movies. I think I got this in a lot or something. But yeah, I'm not really big on sports movies, so can't rate it. Haven't seen it. Here we go. The big one. This is Moulin Rouge, and this is the easiest 10 out of 10 I have ever given. This is the greatest musical of all time, in my opinion. Ewan McGregor and Nicole Kidman, amazing performance. Everyone in this movie, amazing performance. This is so good. The movie is about Ewan McGregor's character Christian comes to France from England during the Bohemian Revolution. He comes into France in 1899. He meets this Nicole Kidman's character Satine at the Moulin Rouge, which is like a nightclub with the can dancers, everything like that. It's actually a real place, which I didn't know that until I looked a little bit more into this movie. Yeah, that's actually a real place. So he meets Satine. They both fall in love. They both fall in love. But there's another character, the Duke. He's never given a name. He's just the Duke. He is also in love with Satine, and basically it's Satine and Christian. They have to hide their love, and it's got a tragic ending. And I've got to say, Baz Luhrmann is the director of this, and I love Baz Luhrmann. Although I don't like Elvis, his most recent movie was that Elvis movie that came out, and I gotta say I did not like Elvis, which is really unfortunate. As soon as I heard Baz was directing that, I knew I was gonna like it, and I just didn't. But Baz made this, and oh my god, the fact that he's taken so many popular songs, like there's little bits of "Smells Like Teen Spirit" by Nirvana, there's "Roxanne" by The Police, there's so many different songs, like just. He took all of these and made them into musical, like, numbers. Especially Roxanne by The Police. He turned that song into a tango called El Tango de Roxanne. It is my favorite song of all time. Oh my god. Like, just the way Baz did this, beautiful. Easiest 10 out of 10 I've ever given. I'm gonna move on because I could talk about this for hours. If you like musicals, watch this movie. So good. I don't know why I bought this. This is a weird day at Goodwill. This is Need for Speed. It's based on the game, I think. I haven't watched it yet. It's got Aaron Paul in it, which is kind of funny, but it looks just like a Fast and Furious clone, but it's called Need for Speed. It's kind of funny, actually, that they did that, so... I have a thing for movies that are based on games, which is probably why I bought the Five Nights at Freddy's Steelbook. But I saw this and I'm like, there's a Need for Speed movie, and I just had to get it. And I don't think I'm ever gonna watch it, but maybe one day. But I'm feeling really stupid. Another one I haven't seen, but this is also Tommy Lee Jones, so I've got to watch it at some point. No Country for Old Men. I've heard really good things about it though. But I've not watched it yet, so can't rate it. But it's got Tommy Lee Jones, so I'd probably enjoy it. It's in some way. I love Tommy Lee Jones. Now You See Me 1 and 2. I have not seen either one of these. I bought this because I saw Daniel Radcliffe is in just the second one, right? Is he just in the second one, or is he in the first one too? Looks like he's just in the second one. But yeah, I saw that Daniel Radcliffe was in these, or in one of them, so I bought the collection, and it seems like something I'd enjoy, but I don't know anything about it, so I'm not gonna rate it. Alright, this was one that I bought a really long time ago and just watched recently. This is Operation Finale, which is based on World War II, after World War II, sorry, where it's this thrilling true story of the secret mission by Israeli intelligence. They have basically, sorry, I forgot the guy's name. So this gentleman, Adolf Eichmann, who was a Nazi, escaped capture for the longest time, and they finally caught him. But this basically is the movie about them catching him. And, I gotta say, it's like a 7 out of 10. It was pretty alright. Oscar Isaac's in it. And, he was good. I like him. So, 7 out of 10. It's not terrible. And I bought that mainly because I had the slipcover. I didn't realize it was like brand new when I bought it. Like the movie was. I bought it several years ago, and it came out several years ago. This is Planet Earth, the complete series, narrated by David Attenborough. Obviously, I'm sure you're all familiar with the voice, but yes, this is a good series actually. If you just want to watch some like chill world stuff. Honestly, my sister loves this series. I'll watch it with her when she comes home. She lives across the country, but when she comes home, we'd like to watch this. So, yeah, I've got the complete series here. So I'll give this entire series, I give this like a 7 out of 10. Honestly, it's pretty good. Pokemon Detective Pikachu is good, very good. It's not great, but it's good. I give it like a 7 out of 10. It's definitely interesting to see Pokemon in live action. Finally, I think they did a really good job with it. The story's but obviously it's based on the game, so it's not terrible. I give it like a 7 out of 10. And Ryan Reynolds, obviously, the voice of Pikachu, is pretty good. And here's the only other compilation I own besides that Alfred Hitchcock. Oh, I guess I own the Harry Potter. This is what I mean when I say I don't really like compilation things. Things that are in regular cases, and they're like the spines are like this. It's like I don't really like this style of compilation, but I couldn't really find the first movie on Blu. I know it's on Blu Ray separately. I don't know if the other two are, but Pokemon the first movie is a 9 out of 10. Great movie. Pokemon the movie 2000 is like a 7 out of 10. It was pretty okay. Dropped that to a 6. It was And Pokemon 3, the movie, with great name, guys. I haven't seen, so I can't tell you. Like, you call Pokemon the first movie, Pokemon the movie 2000, Pokemon 3 the movie. Make up your damn mind on where you want the freaking number. But like, it's I haven't seen the third one, so I don't have an opinion on it. But yeah, I mean, the first movie, watch it. It's good. Second movie is actually pretty skippable. It's like a 6 out of 10. One of the newer James Bond movies I have, Quantum of Solace. I have not seen it, so I cannot say anything about it. And I will not see it, at least not for a really long time, because it's not really on my backlog. Like I said, Roger Moore and Sean Connery are like the classic James Bond. And here we have Rent. Now, Rent is very good. I think the ending was one of the biggest missed opportunities in Broadway and cinema history. In my opinion, anyways. Anytime I watch this movie with somebody and like it gets to the ending, I'm like, see, they should have just done this, and it should have been done. But anyways, Jonathan Larson. Jonathan Larson wrote the Broadway musical, and it's actually a very, very sad, very sad story about Jonathan Larson. He died a night before opening night, the day before opening night of the off-Broadway performance of Rent. So I don't know if he even made it on the Broadway. I never made it on off-Broadway, and the day before opening night he died. He had an aortic aneurysm, which is a fancy term for your heart exploding. Very sad. If you want to know more about Jonathan Larson and things like that, watch the Netflix film Tick, Tick, Boom with Andrew Garfield. That needs to come out on Blu Ray, because I would buy that in a heartbeat. But that is such a good movie. Because Tick, Tick, Boom was his first Broadway musical, and it was basically about his life. So watch that. It's on Netflix. Watch that if you want to know more about Jonathan Larson. Andrew Garfield was great in that. But Rent, I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10. It's still really good. It's just the ending. I get a little heated about the ending. Another musical. This is Rocket Man. Now, Taron Egerton did a great job playing Elton John. I'm going to give this an 8 out of 10, honestly. This is really good. The fact that he took who directed this? Oh, whatever, it doesn't matter. I can't. They did like light blue and dark blue, and it's like impossible to read that. But okay, this is good. They took Elton John songs and made them kind of into musical numbers, most of them, anyways. Some of them are just straight up the songs, but anyways, good. 8 out of 10. Taron Egerton doing a great job playing Elton John. Also, this arrived like this, and it's just in horrible condition. Like, the corner's broken down here. When I was ripping up the plastic, literally it crumbled. Like, I don't know. Another James Bond movie I haven't seen, Skyfall. Won't say anything about it. Haven't seen it. The Sound of Music is classic musical. I don't like the music. Like I said, it's got to have a good balance of story and music. Music is not as good as the story. I really like the story in this. The music's kind of forgettable. A few of my favorite things is my favorite song. But the music in this is pretty forgettable, honestly. It's just not the greatest. But Sound of Music, I mean, it's Sound of Music, so it's got to be like at least a 7 out of 10. Alright, here's Star Wars: The Complete Saga. Now, this was the complete saga before Disney started ruining everything. They're ruining everything now. When they were making the new trilogy, I think I liked Force Awakens. I've talked about this before. I liked Force Awakens. The Last Jedi shouldn't have been made. And I liked Rise of Skywalker. I did like Rise of Skywalker. I did. But it's funny, we were just talking about Oscar Isaac. I think Oscar Isaac did great in it. I think everyone that worked on the movie did great in it. But Last Jedi should not exist. Force Awakens was good, and Rise of Skywalker was okay to good. But we're going to talk about these. So, this is just the complete saga. So it's the first 6 movies, because that was the complete saga for a while. Okay. Let's rate these, shall we? We'll start with A New Hope, because that's technically the first one that came out. A New Hope is a 9 out of 10. No, let me New Hope 7 out of 10. It was in growing pains. Empire Strikes Back is a 9 out of 10 for sure. Return of the Jedi, 9 out of 10. The Phantom Menace is a 2 out of 10. I'm sorry, I don't like The Phantom Menace at all. Attack of the Clones, also a 2 out of 10. I don't know which one of them is worse. And Revenge of the Sith is definitely my guilty pleasure movie. I like it. I'm sorry, I do. Revenge of the Sith is at least a 7 out of 10. I like Revenge of the Sith. I'm sorry, I do. But yeah, I found that at Goodwill too. But Goodwill's prices are getting insane. This was $8 at Goodwill. When I get it, there's 6 movies and that's pretty good with the box and everything. But come on, Goodwill, are you kidding me? Another Tom Hanks film. This is Sully, and Sully is really good. Really great movie. Love it. Yeah, this is really, really good. Genuinely really good. I can't really remember much about it. I mean, obviously it's, it's about that plane that landed into Hudson, but it's not like anything. I'm struggling to find words to describe this movie because it's been so long since I've seen it, but I'll give it a 7 out of 10. Just move on. Alright, this is the Super Mario Brothers movie, and fun fact, this is the last physical movie I bought from Best Buy. Rest in peace, Best Buy. Physical movies, anyways. What a way to piss out, because this movie is just okay. I think it was alright. Jack Black as Bowser did great. Chris Pratt as Mario did okay. Seth Rogen as Donkey Kong. I don't really like Seth Rogen. I'm sorry. But he was okay. This movie was just okay. It's just okay. But yes, this is the last movie I bought from Best Buy. Physical movie I bought from Best Buy. This movie gets a 6 out of 10. Talk to me when the Zelda movie comes out. Then we can talk about Nintendo movies. Twister. Again, it's been forever since I've seen this. But it was alright. I haven't seen the new one, Twisters, which is, guys, you gotta start naming your movies something better, please. This movie's okay. 6 out of 10. 6 out of 10. Alright, this is West Side Story. And a good musical. Love the musical. The classic Romeo and Juliet story, which we'll get to that one in a second. Yeah, it's just 6 out of 10, honestly. Yeah, that's not fair. I'll give it a 7 out of 10. It's pretty alright. Not terrible. Honestly, it's been so long since I've seen it, but from what I remember, it was good. And the only other Baz Luhrmann film I own, this is William Shakespeare's Romeo and Juliet. Leonardo DiCaprio as Romeo. This movie is so good. We all know the story of Romeo and Juliet. But what this movie does is it takes the original play, Old English and all that, and it puts it into modern times. So every line in the movie is what Shakespeare wrote, right? My nose is running now. I'm so sorry. Every line in the movie is what Shakespeare wrote. So it's all just the play, but set in modern times. Like, instead of swords, they've got guns. And the Capulets and Montagues are, it's like, they're not like, they're like giant corporations, like they're skyscrapers with the word Capulet and Montague, and they're right next to each other. It's fantastic. Baz Luhrmann did great on it. You gotta watch this movie. It's good. So good. Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory is good. I think, in terms of comedy, the first half was better than the second half. I feel like after they got to the Chocolate Factory, it was like the comedy was almost done at that point. Like, it was like, okay, like when they were hunting for the ticket, that is some of the funniest like comedy I've ever seen. Seriously, when the ticket was, everyone was going after the ticket. It was so funny, so funny. But yeah, Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. It was good. Oh, 7 out of 10. This movie gets a 1 out of 10. I don't even know why I bought this. I think I bought it because I thought it would be kind of funny to own. Is this unrated? I don't see a rating on this. Whatever. Willy's Wonderland. This is terrible. This was like This was like supposed to be the Five Nights at Freddy's movie. But Five Nights at Freddy's, before the Five Nights at Freddy's movie happened, this was supposed to be like the Five Nights at Freddy's movie, and it was terrible. Nicolas Cage just beats for lack of a better term, he beats the shit out of all the animatronics, and it's so stupid. And I don't like slashers. And Nicolas Cage doesn't say a single freaking word in the movie, and I feel like that's because they couldn't pay him enough to say words in the movie. This movie was terrible. 1 out of 10. Okay, funny story with this one, The Wolf of Wall Street. I'm sorry, my nose. Oh my god. I have a confession to make with this movie. Both me and my mother really like Leonardo DiCaprio. So I said, Mom, I just got The Wolf of Wall Street on Blu Ray. Will you watch it with me? I had no idea how bad this movie was in terms of like inappropriate like scenes and everything. This is not a movie you want to watch with your mother. Take it from someone who knows. Do not watch this movie with your mother. Please don't. But it was good what I watched, but don't watch it with your mother. 6 out of 10. 7 out of 10. And the last one is one I have not seen. This was another rough day at Goodwill. X-Men First Class. I don't know anything about X-Men. I don't like Marvel. Sorry. I put that on backwards, didn't I? Dang. There. And that's it. That's all. I'd like to thank you all for watching. This has been a long video, I know. I'd like to thank you all for watching. More videos in the future. Again, I'm kind of juggling college and job and everything like that, so it's been rough, but I'm glad I was able to make this for you all. I'm glad, yeah, I'm glad to be able to still be making videos even though I'm dealing with a bunch of stuff. So I'd like to thank you all for watching. Thank you for your patience with me, and I will see you all